Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk Ghosts with SunRaye. I'm, of course, your host, SunRaye. So, in this episode, I actually went to Third Bridge, but before I share with you my story and my experience, I'm going to share with you some other people's experiences. So, this one actually comes from my friend Justin. He said, I never had anything big happen there, just seeing random headlights with no cars in sight. I would always hear a bicycle coasting over the bridge every few minutes. One time, my friend accidentally parked her front tires on the bridge and her car wouldn't start when we were going back to leave. We finally noticed, pushed it back a little, and it was fine. I have heard this a lot on Third Bridge. As a matter of fact, we kind of experienced this when we went ourselves. My friend's car just automatic and randomly went into second gear. It was the weirdest thing. She was even like, my car never does that. So weird things with cars on Third Bridge. This is another one, and this one's from about 2 years ago. I got it off of Google Maps reviews, and it says, how do you rate something like this? The second we crested the hill and saw the bridge, a shiver ran down our spine. My wife and I said we never felt anything like it. We never saw anything but felt the weirdest right in the middle of the bridge. However, what happened afterwards was the strange part. Out of nowhere, a car started following and tailgating us. We were hungry, so we put Wendy's in our Google Maps, which took us through an odd dirt road with no lighting. We took a couple turns that nobody would have followed. We finally got to that road and went to turn our blinker on. The second we did, the car following behind us did as well. We then went to turn on to the weird road, but I had a bad feeling about it and changed our minds. We both felt like something seriously bad could have happened if we took the turn down that road. After that, for the next hour, we both felt disassociated. Music sounded different and our senses seemed dulled. This place almost seems like a portal to limbo. Go at your own risk. And then I pulled up a couple of articles. This one is called cohauntedhouses.com, and I just searched Third Bridge. And this is what their article has to say. The Third Bridge is a popular spot for local high school students to hang out and is said to be the scene of a car accident where some students were once killed. People say that the place is near where a terrible Native American massacre took place long ago. It is rumored that if high school students get too loud and rowdy, the sound of ghost drums will get louder and sound closer. Some have reported seeing the spirit of a man on a horse. Alright, so there's that, and this is, I'm going to read a couple of stories that got posted to the article. This one says, pretty scary, man. On July 3rd, 2022, me and 4 other friends, 3 females and 2 males, went to the bridge around 1:30 a.m. We thought it would be a good idea to go and mess around. One of the females had been there already, said that you can hear the sound of drums playing in the distance. We didn't think it was true, so we went to go check it out. We all had got out of the car, and all you hear is the sound of drums playing in the distance. 2 of the females started to walk away from the car, while the other female, me, sat back in the car because I was scared. Both males had gotten out of the car and started taking pictures of each other. I had gotten out of the car to take some too, but as soon as I got out of the car, the 2 females started to come back. Mind you, one was walking in the grass and the other was on the dirt road. I looked at the 2 females coming back while the 2 males were still taking pictures. We heard someone running through the trees, and I thought it was one of the females, but we were all standing by the car and the sound got even louder and closer in the span of 30 seconds. We all rushed back to the car and drove off. I looked back and someone was standing in the back of the car as we drove off. The time was 1:45. We had only been there for 15 minutes. It was the scariest 15 minutes of my life. Alright, and this is another one. Some weird people. So I decided to go with one of my friends up here to see if it was true or not. I'm a very skeptical person, so unless I know for certain what I saw and can verify it, I won't believe it. Now, oddly enough, I decided to go on Friday the 13th in 2019. We got to the bridge around 11:15 at night. Everything seemed somewhat normal. There were some other cars that kept going back and forth, turning around and going back, about 300 to 400 feet. They did that for the whole time we were there. Me and my friend parked by one of the driveways and sat there for a bit. Then we decided to go to the bridge. As we were walking to the bridge, we started to hear some really creepy old children toy music faintly. Then it stopped and started again. It turned out to be an older car around 1990s style, and he or she was going around and around. They would just stop sometimes in the middle of the road for no reason. We sat there and talked for a bit. My friend and I had gotten cold around 12:45, so we started walking back. As a car pulls up and the windows are down, a young girl asks us if the place is haunted. Me and my friend respond with, "I don't know," and "possibly, but we can't confirm it." They were like, "Okay," and drove off. They looped the whole time we were there, just going back and forth. After a while, me and my friend sitting in the car talking. We had an uneasy feeling for a while when we were there, like a bunch of people were watching us. We just sat there for a while looking for stuff, but nothing solid. After we got back home, I decided to look up some stuff about the bridge because I never did and just knew it was haunted and basic details. After some digging, I found a picture of all 5 kids that died in the rollover accident. They were the same people who asked me and my friend if the place were haunted. I honestly do believe this bridge is haunted. I don't want to believe it, but the people in the car match the people who died exactly. That is crazy to me. Seriously, what an experience to be a skeptic and see something like that, and then the next day just mind blown. So those are just a couple of those stories. I see a lot of stuff about cars malfunctioning and stuff like that. There was a car accident. There's been a couple of car accidents. There was also a family massacre and a Native American massacre up there. You can definitely go on Google and search it. I do know that this massacre happened because there was a family living up there, and the husband, I can't quite remember, but he did something to upset the Native Americans, and he was out on his farm, and when he came home, his wife and daughter were dead and his house was on fire, which then made him retaliate and caused him to go and massacre the entire Native American tribe. One thing I did notice, and I've never seen anybody talk about it or type about it or anything, but one thing I did notice is if you look at this area on Google Maps and you look at it to where like it shows you the land markings and stuff, this land looks like it's dyed red, almost like it's dyed red of the blood of the Native Americans. So those are those stories. So now I'm going to just show you some footage of my experience. This is only part 1. I do plan on going back next summer. Enjoy.
Alright, so technically, look as we go. Because I think...
See, this looks more, yeah, this is what I remember. Nothing.
Alright guys, so I'm here at 3rd Bridge right now. I'm at bridge number 1. I'm going to check it out, see if we get anything spooky.
So the first time I came here approximately 15-ish years ago, this is the first bridge at 3rd Bridge Road. And right down here, where that big pile of weeds are in the middle of the dry sand bed, was a mutilated dog. And we're not talking like a Chihuahua. It was a husky German Shepherd sized dog that had been, I don't know what happened to him, but that's where we found him. And it was pretty freshly killed, but decomposed on one side and still furry on the other. It's kind of creepy, but that's one of my experiences from 3rd Bridge.
I'll do it from this angle so you can see it.
Right. So I am here with my pendulum, and we're at the first bridge. And I'm just going to ask a couple of questions and see what the pendulum has to say. Are there any spirits here with us right now? That indicates a yes. Thank you. Are you Native American? Alright guys, that's indicating a no. Thank you. Have you been a victim of a car accident? Thank you. Is this the bridge that the school bus accident happened on? No. Were you racing? Yes. Are you male or female? I guess I can't ask that with the pendulum. I'm sorry. Are you male? No. Thank you. Are you a female? Thank you. I'm getting the name Sarah. Sarah. If that is your name, let's find out. Is your name Sarah? That's a yes, guys. The wind did just pick up, so I'm going to give it a minute so that we can double confirm that that is a yes. Actually a beautiful place. Can you pan the camera back there at that tree real quick? I swear to God there's somebody standing right next to it.
Yeah, there is.
There's somebody standing next to that tree. Is that a spirit?
No, I've seen it the whole time we were here. It sure does look creepy. Do you want to walk over there? Because it doesn't have legs.
Guaranteed we're going to turn around. I'm going to finish this pendulum thing and it'll be gone. Alright.
Don't fucking stop looking at that.
So I am going to confirm that the last question. Is your name Sarah? Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap that up for this spot right here.
So, it's second time back at 3rd Bridge, and we all know this is roadkill, but I find it a little ironic. 15 years later, my second time back, and I would find another carcass.
In between the first bridge and the second bridge at 3rd Bridge. And we came down a little bit, so it's a little bit quieter. And I have this app on my phone that spirits can communicate. It's like a voice box almost. I don't usually use this, but I decided, what the heck, we're on 3rd Bridge, so why not? So, It's beeping right now, so it is indicating that spirits are around. The word credit just came through. Not quite sure what credit would mean and what it would have to do with this area. Sarah, is that you that's with us right now? Rear. I just got rear. So, are you behind me? Is there anything you would like to say while we are here? Difference. Is this place different than how it used to be? Alright, so the ticking actually went away. I'm going to shut this voice box off. In the future, I'm definitely going to get a much better one. Yeah, so that was my voice box in between the first and second bridge. Not really much came through whatsoever. A couple words. Didn't really make very much sense. Maybe it's the app. Maybe not. We'll try again later. Alright guys, so we did just do the little voice box session, and I want to point something out. Right before that, we found this road because we saw that bag. And thinking about if that is a dead person in that body, we would want to report it. And we were talking about, like, would that traumatize us and stuff like that. And then we were talking about the difference in perspective and credit for helping someone solve their murder. So it's a really odd coincidence that those two words would come right after we were talking about it. Oh man, you guys, we just found this broken plate on the side of the road. And it's like all over the place. Like I really wish.
Look, here's a big piece.
I love you, much pain, I hate, come back, can't, my family, I'm sorry, I can't see. Wow.
Validation. Hate.
And I mean, there's pieces all over the place, you guys. Yeah, I looked at those.
I was annoying.
That says psychic. Something psychic. He and my mom's something, maybe sister, trauma. It's like enough. Mom, I love. I'm sorry. I also just want to point out that for some reason, all three of us just got separated. Homegirl is down there somewhere. Wife's all the way down there. And I'm up here. Alright guys, I'm here at the second bridge now. It's really not that far from the first bridge, which is like right there. This is just some of how it looks. Oh, there's graffiti down there.
I feel like it's peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would just lay there.
Alright, that's bridge number 2. This property right here, there's a shed over there. We're gonna walk by it. That's where Ted Bundy killed some of his victims. Alright guys, this shed right here, that is the Ted Bundy shed. I'm here at the 3rd bridge. It's oddly really quiet at this one.
Don't cross any fences. They will shoot you.
Rest in peace, Nicole and Brendan. Smoke meth, hail Satan. Oop. Look at how long this 3rd bridge is. If you happen to be the owner of that property where Ted Bundy did his awful things, and if you have any experiences, please email me. Links at the bottom. Send me those stories. You can record it. I would love to hear if anything has happened to you in that house. Trying to see if I can pick anything up. I highly advise that when anybody does stuff like this, not to trespass. It can be very dangerous. I did hear gunshots, so I wouldn't be surprised if they would shoot trespassers. So always be careful. that was a spirit who just touched the railing, do it again. You got our attention. We are under Third Bridge. Not gonna lie, the energy is definitely heavy. Proof that life grows everywhere, even spray painted on. Now we're just kind of looking for those kittens we saw. Oh, we found them, Casey. If there's any spirits here, I want you to make that ball light up. Am I speaking with Azura?
Scott's fight.
Scott's fight. Hello? Are you a Ted Bundy victim?
Yourself up app.
Yourself up. Ovens. When that truck went by. Let's keep walking a little bit closer to this shed.
This is my favorite area.
You stay. It told me to stay over here. Why do you want me to stay? You told me to stay. Why do you want me to stay?
I'm Scott. Wins.
You're sorry? What are you sorry for? Can't take anymore.
Leave your family.
Leave your family.
I think I really want to come back at night.